Oh man. Yeah, you doing?
That's about a day. Yeah.
Plus, it's 7-minute mile. So crazy. Yeah.
I told him that, and he's like, I used to run 4 minute.
Yeah.
7.5. Just some stuff. Let me warm up first. I'm good. Oh. Oh, baby.
There you go.
This is your work. See, inside. Your eyes on him. He won't want to move as well. Inside, you can't see it. You can't see the move. It's nice, kid. Solid shot. Excellent. Yeah, that. Inside. Perfect reaction. Word that I don't know. Inside, read, find your grounds. Nice. Everything on. Yeah, very nice. Beautiful. I'm so good. They know what I'm saying. You don't have to focus on that hand. Beautiful. Lay down steadily. That's it. Watch your hand up. Watch your hand up. Okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. It's the perfect form.
There you go. Stop his head moving as soon as you grab.
Mike Tyson has once again sparked headlines, proving that his presence in boxing still commands attention. Reports emerging from his Las Vegas training camp have stunned fans, with claims that a sparring partner was allegedly hospitalized after being knocked unconscious during a session with a 58-year-old former champion. That what's drawing even more attention is the timing. The incident reportedly took place as Tyson ramps up preparations for a possible high-profile exhibition clash with Floyd Mayweather, adding another dramatic layer to the speculation surrounding a potential mega event.
Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought at Dry. So 4 years later, with 58, he's better than 54. So he saw everything right, everything wrong he did, and he fixed it. This is the beauty of the fight. The energy is good, and his energy is good. So,
if you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to fight him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
According to individuals familiar with the situation, the incident reportedly occurred during what was intended to be a controlled, technical sparring session. Tyson's camp had invited a younger professional, said to be in his early 30s with solid ring experience, to assist him in sharpening specific combinations and defensive movements. Sources claim the workout began as expected, with both men wearing protective headgear and keeping the pace measured through the opening rounds. It was initially described as a routine session, focused more on timing and technique than heavy exchanges. But according to those present, the mood of the session shifted suddenly. Witnesses say the younger fighter landed a clean jab that snapped Tyson's head back. Nothing excessive, just a routine punch in the flow of sparring. However, that moment reportedly triggered a noticeable change. One observer described it as if a switch had been flipped. Tyson's body language transformed instantly, his intensity rising in a way that reminded people in the gym of his prime years. What had started as controlled, technical work suddenly carried a different level of urgency and power.
Distance. Brother. Nice distance. Hey, bro. Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike. Bro. Nice one, Mike. Time. More, Mike.
What followed is where the story takes a dramatic turn. According to multiple accounts, Tyson began throwing with a level of force far beyond what's typical for controlled sparring. Witnesses claim a rapid combination landed with such impact that the atmosphere inside the gym shifted instantly. The younger fighter reportedly attempted to tie Tyson up and slow the action, but sources say Tyson created a bit of separation and fired off a powerful body shot, immediately followed by a sharp uppercut. The punch allegedly dropped the sparring partner hard to the canvas. People present claim the fighter appeared unconscious before he even hit the mat, and the crack of the final shot reverberated throughout the facility. One individual described it as one of the most intense moments they had ever seen in a training setting. For a brief stretch, the gym fell completely silent before coaches and team members rushed forward to assess the situation.
Better to the body.
You right, coach?
Mike, that well? Maybe I need 10 seconds. Put 10 seconds there. Good shit. Let's do it anymore.
Medical personnel were reportedly present at the facility, something that's standard procedure during high-level training camps. However, insiders claim the situation escalated quickly when it became clear the sparring partner wasn't responding as expected. According to those accounts, an ambulance was called after he remained unconscious for several minutes. Even once he regained awareness, sources say he appeared confused and struggled to recall what had taken place. Out of caution, the team reportedly decided to have him transported to a hospital to ensure there were no serious injuries. What adds another layer to the story is the reaction from Tyson himself. Individuals connected to the camp suggest that once the gravity of the moment set in, Tyson appeared visibly unsettled. Rather than brushing it off, he allegedly stayed behind after the ambulance departed, sitting quietly and reflecting on the exchange. One person close to the camp noted that Tyson has always understood the extent of his power, but even he seemed taken aback by how much force he can still generate at 58 years old.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Concern over the sparring partner's health quickly became the focus inside the camp. Initial updates suggested he was being monitored for a possible concussion and kept overnight for observation. Later reports indicated he was released from the hospital, though doctors reportedly advised him to avoid contact training for several weeks as a precaution. One individual familiar with the evaluation claimed medical staff were surprised that a 58-year-old could still deliver that level of punching force. The episode has reportedly rippled across the boxing world for several reasons. First, it reinforces the idea that Tyson's famed knockout power may not have faded with age. Second, it fuels speculation about what a potential exhibition bout between Tyson and Floyd Mayweather could look like. And third, it has allegedly made some potential sparring partners think twice before stepping into the ring with him. Even if the paycheck is appealing, today's reactions began pouring in. Several professional fighters weighed in. Terrence Crawford, who has reportedly been assisting Tyson in preparations for a possible showdown with Mayweather, offered insight during a recent interview. Crawford explained that Tyson's power is something that can't truly be appreciated from the outside. According to him, watching Tyson strike a heavy bag is impressive, but feeling the force firsthand, even in controlled drills, is an entirely different experience.
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. Dude is big. He's not as slow as people think he is, and he can punch.
Sean Porter also weighed in, sharing his thoughts on social media. He suggested that the reported sparring incident reinforces a long-standing belief in boxing circles. Punching power is often the last attribute to fade. Porter pointed out that even during his prime, Tyson's strength was considered extraordinary. Even among heavyweights, he went on to speculate that if Tyson can reportedly generate that kind of force against a seasoned professional in his 30s during training, it raises intriguing questions about what might happen in a potential exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Porter noted that Mayweather competed for most of his career in lighter weight divisions, where the dynamics of power are vastly different from those in the heavyweight ranks.
How do you analyze what a fight between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather could look like, right? So then you think about when Floyd got in the ring with Big Show. We already know, like we know now more than we've ever known before that the WWE is fake. It's kind of like acceptable, but it wouldn't be acceptable in a boxing ring. You know, it wouldn't be acceptable if there becomes some sort of weird antics and things like that.
Andre Ward offered a more measured take during his ESPN breakdown. While he acknowledged that Tyson's power still appears formidable, Ward questioned how much the sparring incident truly translates to a potential matchup with Floyd Mayweather. He explained that Mayweather's defensive style has always been built around minimizing clean contact, relying on timing, positioning, and anticipation to avoid taking flush shots. According to Ward, there's a major difference between dropping a training partner in the gym and connecting with that same kind of punch against one of the most defensively skilled fighters the sport has ever seen.
Gonna have the energy to move the way that he did before. You could get a more entertaining fight. You can get more of a back and forth scrap, which is what a lot of people wanted. And it's not a guarantee that this fight goes the distance, given these guys' age and where their punch resistance are. Where their current punch resistance is, and you don't know.
Timothy Bradley took a more technical approach while discussing the situation on his show. He broke down the reported combination, a body shot followed by an uppercut, explaining that it's one of the most punishing sequences in boxing when timed properly. According to Bradley, targeting the body first can lower an opponent's guard, creating an opening upstairs. But he also noted that while Floyd Mayweather's signature shoulder roll defense is historically effective, no defensive system is flawless. Bradley suggested that under the right conditions, that specific body-to-uppercut sequence could present challenges if executed with precise timing. He added that if Tyson has been refining that combination, possibly with guidance from Terrence Crawford, it might represent a genuine tactical element worth watching in a potential matchup.
That's in exhibitions, you know, Mayweather's he's still a killer, man, for real. Yeah, he still got it. So why not share the ring with Terrence Crawford, man? You know, you still got it. I know you can still go those rounds. Yeah, you still work hard too. You still in shape, champ. Get that money, man. That's what you about. Money, Mayweather. Make it happen. Bring it to the reality, right?
It was either Mike Tyson's knocking you out, one of the two. It was never a fight that I can remember where it was Tyson, oh yeah, Tyson's having a trouble, he's having a problem, and he brings it back round. At the moment he started to lose, or it started to get tough, it seemed to go the other way.
Now, the focus shifts to what this means for a possible showdown with Floyd Mayweather. The recent sparring incident has dramatically changed the way analysts and fans are evaluating the matchup. Prior to these reports, most experts were leaning heavily toward Mayweather, citing his superior boxing technique and legendary defensive skills. But now, conversations have emerged suggesting that Tyson's raw power, even at 58, could introduce a real threat that Mayweather can't simply dismiss.
Yeah. Right roll.
And you've still seen, regardless of what you think about his athletic ability and his boxing ability, you still see what happens when he lands a punch on somebody. He's still a strong guy. Mike Tyson is still 58, no matter what you think of him. 58 years old brain. Tyson doesn't have that crazy head movement that he had in his youth. First of all, that's an energy burning style. At 58 years old, you're not pulling that style off. Tyson didn't even have that style in his mid-30s when he was almost at retirement age. He was already not moving his head like that.
And then you saw the knee brace on, and you just saw the way he was moving. If you watch Mike Tyson, I mean, think about all the Mike Tyson fights we've seen. Think about the movement, the head movement, you know, the foot movement, etc. And then to see that and to know that he's 31 years older than you, literally approaching 60 years of age, I think to see it in front of his face at that moment, it hit him.